Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Weird World podcast, where we're going to do something a little bit different this week. And we're just having a discussion about what we're going to call them.
Yeah, we don't know.
Weird shorts.
Weird bits.
You said quick bits.
Quick bits. So, I don't know. Just these are things.
Quickies.
You know, we run across a lot of very weird stuff in the news. And so we thought we'd compile some and share them with you as a service. You know?
So that you don't have to
Exactly.
search for the weird news.
Yes. Okay. So, shall we start, Carrie?
Yes, we shall.
Okay.
You start.
Pardon?
You start.
Right on. This one comes to us from lovely Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Most of these are pretty recent. This is the one that's the oldest. This is a little more than a year old. It occurred in June of 2021. A man named Richard, wait a second, that's not his name, Michael Packard. As in the article I read, it's spelled, like Packard, but the second A has a little thing over it, like it's Packard, which it can't be. I don't know if that's just it might just be a little speck on my screen as well. I'm kidding. So Michael Packard, he is a diver. He's kind of a scuba diver. On this day in the early summer, I guess late spring, off of the coast of Provincetown, Massachusetts, he was diving for lobsters. He's going lobster diving. Now, I don't know if, I guess just free roaming lobsters, because usually you catch lobsters in a trap, right? In those traps.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't see anything about traps, or maybe he was. Maybe he was going after wild lobster. Feral lobsters.
That don't grow in traps.
They don't grow in traps, and they scurry around the bottom of the sea, and you have to catch them. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not a lobster fisher person.
It's a little bit more interactive than just setting a trap and yanking it back up from a boat.
Are you making this shit up, or do you know is that a real
thing? No, he literally wants to go diving in the ocean for a lobster.
Okay. You know about this?
Lobster fishermen, they don't dive down and retrieve their traps.
Oh, I thought they did. That's lobster trappers. Okay,
I'm assuming.
I've been very clear. I know nothing about lobster acquisition in any way, shape, or form. I'm not even a huge fan of them as food. They're okay. So he was about 45 feet deep, looking around for lobsters. Which I guess that I could have just read one sentence ahead and I would have answered my question. So that was not smart. So, and he's just, he's kind of ignoring you, kind of absorbed in what you're doing as you are, and he feels a push, but then it's more of a slam. And he said, quote, "It's like a truck hit me and everything just went dark."
Ooh.
And pure black. And he thought at first, "Oh my God, did I just get hit by a great white shark?"
Yeah. And I'm dead is what
That would be your first thought, yeah. I remember there's Rodney Fox was the Australian who had probably the most graphic shark attack where someone lived, where a great white shark literally bit the entire side of him off.
Yeah.
His right side of his torso, it bit it off. He lived, but he said his first thought when he felt the impact, because he also didn't see it coming, of the great white, was that he thought it was a sea lion. Because the southern sea lions are much bigger than sea lions we have here in California, and they are pretty aggressive. Sea lions here in California are pretty aggressive too, especially in San Francisco, where don't feed them, they'll kill you. But he thought it was a sea lion until he looked around and saw the giant black doll's eyes and realized, oh, much worse. So he thinks this is a shark, and he says, "Then I felt around and I realized there was no teeth, and I had felt really no great pain. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm in a whale's mouth. I'm in a whale's mouth, and he's trying to swallow me."
Is his name Pinocchio?
His name is not Pinocchio, nor is it Jonah. He is Michael Picard, and he was being swallowed by a humpback whale.
Oh my God.
Took his entire body into his mouth. That's why everything went black.
Yeah.
He was inside of a whale's mouth. So he started just sort of flailing about, trying to move around. And he was in there by his own estimate for 30 to 40 seconds. So, he says, quote, "I'm like, this is how you're going to go, Michael. This is how you're going to die in the mouth of a whale." He thought he was a dead man.
Yeah.
I imagine, I mean, humpback whales are, like most whales, they're baleen, which means they're small plankton eaters, and they hunt, if that's the right word. I guess it is. They're technically carnivores. By sweeping the ocean with a wide open mouth. In the humpback whale's case, their mouth almost billows out like a parachute.
Oh.
And so they can't necessarily see, they see
what they're taking in.
Exactly what they're taking in.
Oh.
And so it didn't, whales are very unaggressive.
Yeah.
Baleen whales especially. And so it for sure didn't know it was taking in a human. But he says, I just got thrown out of his mouth into the water. There was white water everywhere. So after 30, 40 seconds, it basically just spit him out.
Right.
He says, a good quote, and I just was lying on the surface floating and saw this tail, and he went back down. And I was like, oh my God, I got out of that. I survived.
Great quotes.
He did. He was, nothing more than some bruising, some pretty serious bruising on just his body and a dislocated knee. That's it.
Wow.
No like puncture wounds. Again, they don't have teeth.
Right.
And so he wasn't that, considering I don't know, probably 40 or 50 foot whale just swallowed you. He wasn't that badly injured.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I hesitate to even ask.
Go for it. There's no stupid questions here.
Were there any witnesses?
Oh my God, it's the stupidest fucking question I've heard in my life.
I didn't say it was a stupid question.
Just kidding. There indeed was. His name was Josiah Mayo. He was on one of the crew mates. They were on a boat. They were doing the lobster hunting from a boat. And Josiah said he saw it. He said, quote, it took him from behind and it seemed like it fully enveloped him immediately. So
wow,
he did see it happen, and he saw him spit out too. It's like he suddenly was just shot from the ocean.
Yeah. Wow.
So he was worried. He was worried. Actually, they didn't know how deep he'd went, so they were worried, did he get embolism? Because you shot very quickly. The whale spat him out with force, like hot, and he. By the way, pretty good sound effect.
Yeah.
And so they weren't sure if he was deep enough. Originally, when it happened, he was 45 feet deep, so he went 45 to the surface in very quickly.
So he was scuba diving. He had a tank.
Yeah, he had a tank, and his tank lasted. So he still had it with him, and his aqualung connected to his mouth. So he was in the whale's mouth thinking, okay, at least I could, if I'm stuck in here, I'll die. I'll die when my air runs out.
Yeah.
So I guess that's lucky.
Oh, Lord.
It was probably a juvenile, some experts think, and just kind of like a youngster, a teen, a humpback teen. Mr. Packard, Michael Packard, he's led a little bit of a crazy life. He's had white shark encounters in his past. He allegedly survived a deadly plane crash in Costa Rica in 2001.
See, now I'm getting a little bit more skeptical.
I'm a hair skeptical myself. And he has been active, like after this happened, he was active on Reddit and things like that, and doing an Ask Me Anything. And he has said he wants Matt Damon to play him in the movie version.
That's going to last about 15 minutes.
What else do you think he's going to do? I know, the perfect storm of a whale swallowing you for 30 seconds. He's also said, quote, a while back, I encountered the corpse of a missing person while diving. That is definitely up there with the crazy stories. I want to believe it.
Yeah.
I'm not 1,000,000% sure I do. He was, I've seen there's a picture of him in the hospital. So I do.
I believe it.
I think it happened. It's an amazing story. I don't know we can trust everything he said, though.
It just sounds like he's the kind of guy that's taking advantage of the attention, which is fine.
But he's
I don't have a problem with it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Hit the iron while it's hot. I don't know. I don't remember adages, but he does maybe. Is he embellishing a bit from his past? Maybe, but I'm super cynical about those things. So who knows? That is the story of Michael and the Whale.
Oh, are we supposed to title these?
No, we're not.
Oh,
I just said that.
Okay. Okay. Well, my first story is uplifting, happy.
Oh, of course it is.
In fitting with my new theme for 2022. And if I had to title it, I'm going to title it Jimmy and Julie and Nala.
Jimmy and Julie and Nala. Nala being a lion, I'm assuming?
You'll find out. Okay. Jimmy and Julie Johnson live in Tennessee. Southeast Tennessee, to be exact. Don't know what town. Doesn't matter. They're entitled to their privacy.
Okay.
But one night, The story was May 2022, so I think it happened shortly before that. One night, they're sleeping in their bed in Southeast Tennessee. They have 3 dogs of their own, but from what I understand, their dogs don't sleep with them.
Well.
So they're just laying there in bed, and Julie wakes up. She can see a little bit of light coming in through from the curtains, and she feels her husband roll over, but not like just roll over lazily in his sleep, like he's been startled by something. And she said it was almost like a jump roll over, and it woke her up. He rolled over so violently in their bed.
Oh no, burglar.
And then she said in a quiet but stern voice, he said, "Julie, whose dog is this?"
What?
And she's like, "What? Oh, okay, it must be one of their dogs, Hollis, Jupiter, or Zeppelin."
Cool names.
But she rolled over and to look at her husband, Jimmy, and realized this wasn't one of their dogs. It was a big old pit bull.
A pit bull?
Big old pit bull lying in bed with them.
Not
strange
their dog.
Dog. Not their dog.
Waking up to just a strange dog in your front yard. That's a pit bull. Would be a little unnerving. Strange dog in your house. Very unnerving. Strange dog in bed with you.
In your bed. Mm-hmm.
Not good.
So she said her husband just kind of slowly pulled the blankets up a little bit, like the blankets are going to protect you from this vicious pit bull. And she said at that point, the dog just like scooched up further onto their pillows to snuggle. All the dog wanted to do was snuggle in and was just happy and content and comfortable.
Wow. That sounds like our cat Kobe, who adopted us and insisted that we pet him and feed him and house him for the next 13 years.
So that's when they realized, oh, this dog isn't here to hurt us. It just wants to cuddle with us.
Well, it seems like if the dog's sleeping with you and you've been asleep, it wasn't there to hurt you.
Clearly. So, she said she realized just by looking at the dog, it has owners that take care of it, probably let it sleep in bed with them.
Yeah.
So
I was just like a mistake. It was super drunk, went to the wrong house, crawled in bed. It's just as embarrassed as you are.
Well, so she got her phone and started taking selfies with the dog. She thought it was funny. And so she was posting it to Facebook, and she said it was the weirdest post she's ever made, asking her friends on Facebook if anybody recognized the dog. Because, it must be from their neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And she said it didn't take long until she received a message from somebody saying they were the dog's owner. It turned out the dog, whose name is Nala, had slipped out of her collar while they were on a walk, I think the day before, and ran into the woods. There were thunderstorms.
Was Nala
in the
scared?
Area, and Nala was very scared of the thunder.
Dogs don't like thunder.
Yeah. So one of her moms saw the pictures on Facebook and said, "Oh, yep, that's Nala."
She does that sometimes. She likes to sleep with strangers.
So, like I said, Jimmy and Julie Johnson already had 3 dogs of their own. And so now they're all buddies, and they meet up for play dates at the dog park.
They're doggy park play dates. Okay.
And they get vanilla ice cream and treats.
Okay. What, the dogs do or the humans?
The dogs do.
Okay.
And, the big mystery was how Nala got in their house.
Yeah.
They didn't say they have a doggy door. So I don't think that's how it is. And also, their dogs didn't bark at her.
That's very weird.
They let her in.
A strange dog.
Yeah. And
our dogs would not do that.
So they think that a door was just left open or not closed all the way or something. And because she's terrified of thunder, she saw their porch light on their house, and she just made her way in.
Our Nala got shit-faced.
Yeah, could be.
Just did a little bit of a walk of shame and wound up in other people's beds.
So how's that for a happy story?
That's a very happy story.
Jimmy and Julie and Nala.
Jimmy and Julie. And you're fascinated by the names Jimmy and Julie Johnson. Okay. Not super unique names, just okay. All right. That's a good one. Thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome, Dean.
My next one comes to us from New Hampshire and the New England coast. That's in northeast United States.
You're kind of concentrating on the New England coast.
Not intentionally.
The United States, aren't you?
Just coincidence, I swear. There is a whiskey company, or at least a liquor producer named Tamworth Distilling, based in New Hampshire. And they decided that they would make lemonade out of lemons, says the old trick. So there's a thing called a green crab that has been invading the New England coast. It's an invasive species. It eats mussels and other shellfish voraciously. It's really messing with the ecosystem there. The marine ecosystem is being whacked out of balance, well-known scientific term, by this invasive green crab. So they say, you know what? What do we do here at Tamworth Distilling? We make whiskey. So why don't we think about how we could kill two birds in one stone? Got it. Let's use green crabs to make a crab-flavored whiskey. That sounds delicious.
It sounds disgusting.
So they did. They unveiled this whiskey. It's flavored with green crabs. It's called the Crab Trapper. That also features notes of maple, vanilla, oak, clove, cinnamon, and allspice. And it sounds as good as actual whiskey because whiskey is awful.
Do people want to eat the crab? I mean, are they good to eat?
I guess not.
I guess I was going to say, so why aren't they eating them?
Because they're making them into whiskey. And what they do is they boil a bunch of crabs to create a, quote, stout crab broth.
Oh, my God.
Which sounds disgusting. They then fortify that with alcohol and distill it to remove unwanted smells, which would be all of the smell, not just the crab, by the way, but the whiskey as well. The byproduct produces a subtle flavor of the sea. Which, by the way, is not a good thing. It includes coriander, cinnamon, bay leaf, and mustard seed, and they toss it all into a bourbon cask, and they age it for several years. And the founder guy, or one of the spokespersons for Tamworth Distilling, says, quote, the crab is present lightly on the nose, accompanied by coriander and bay to smooth out any high notes.
Okay, this just sounds like, I don't know if it's a gimmick, because it doesn't sound like it adds a good taste.
I'm sure it's awful.
And it sounds like a lot of trouble for a slight note of something.
Of crab. You don't want to know. If you're trying to hide the flavor, maybe don't put that flavor in the first place. Yeah. But again, they're also doing right by the ecosystem, trying to get rid of these crabs. If they find a commercial reason for people to go out and capture a whole ton of green crabs, they help out the shellfish.
They could just catch the crabs and kill them. But there's
no money to be made in that care. Who's going to do it?
You Google it to see if this actually exists and if anybody buys it and how much it costs?
I don't know how much it costs, but it for sure exists. I've seen the bottles. There's pictures of the bottles of it. It's called Crab Trapper, and it looks like whiskey. Again, I'm a well-known anti-whiskey advocate. I've actually marched and held signs against whiskey, but it's only because the first time I got really, 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 really sick was on really bad whiskey, and that stays with you.
That's why I don't like tequila.
Yeah, I got over tequila, even though I have gotten sick on tequila.
I've never gotten over it.
That's the story of crab whiskey. We should try some. Never.
No.
Okay.
I've never tasted whiskey.
What?
Never.
What?
Ever.
That's okay. That's just weird.
Or scotch or bourbon or I didn't taste gin for 50 years.
We got to get you out. Gin and come on. Let's what we got to do? Just get you shit-faced on every type of liquor known to humankind and see what happens. See if one of them takes.
I've had lots of different.
Gin's good. You like gin now, right?
COVID really broadened our alcohol horizons.
It sure has. Is that a good thing? Is that something we should be bragging about? Not so sure. But anyway.
Well, we've pulled back a bit.
We have. As COVID has, hopefully. Knock on wood. What you got for me?
I'm
sorry. What you got for us?
I have a horror story.
Oh, so not one of your feel good?
It's not feel good at all.
Does it feel bad?
It's my nightmare.
Oh, okay.
And I literally have had nightmares about this.
Your nightmare is me dying.
You may or may not know.
So it's not that, I'm assuming?
This is from, this story was in lots of publications, but I am going to credit SmithsonianMag.com. And they put this under the heading of smart news. Okay. Rather than oddities or weird news or any of the other ones. But this is from late July 2022 about an invasive species of animal that is causing a bit of an issue for Florida,
Not
of
crabs?
course. It's
Yeah.
not crabs.
Yeah.
But Florida seems to have an issue with
It
invasive
is
species.
an invasive species.
You know
yeah.
why? Because
Tell me.
Florida man likes,
Florida Man, is that a superhero? Or what do you mean? Florida Man, like Florida?
you don't know, generic Florida man.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Whenever there's a wacky,
Got it.
effed up story, it's always Florida man has
Well,
done
let's not forget
something.
Kentucky. Let's be fair to both those states. Okay.
Well, I'm assuming Florida man,
Mm-hmm.
gets a wild hair and decides, oh, I want this strange exotic animal,
yeah.
brings it home,
Burmese
and then
pythons,
has
and now
to
they're.
let it go.
Yeah.
Well, Florida man, which I'm just supposing this, I don't know that this is true, decided to bring a giant African land snail.
Oh, that's.
Yes.
Yeah. Carrie, for listeners, is deathly terrified of snails.
Mm-hmm.
If she sees them outside the sliding glass door, we'll walk away. Even though there's a pretty thick sliding glass door between you and those snails, but you're out.
I'm not afraid of them.
Yes, you are.
I just do not like them.
You won't crush them. You won't pick them up. You won't eat them at a fancy French restaurant. Neither would any decent
I
human.
don't like their shells.
Yeah.
I don't like anything about them. But anyway,
You can pick them up with a shell, and they can't get you. They're not going to bite you.
I don't think they're going to bite me.
They're pretty helpless.
I just don't like them.
Okay.
And in my nightmare, they were spinning snails.
Spinning snails?
They were quite large.
You might have been high.
Probably a little bit larger than these giant African land snails. But
That's
I'll put it. I actually have posted a picture of a giant African land snail on
how big did they get?
on our Weird World. Well, it says they're about the size of your palm, but they're actually bigger than that. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like
I read something like 8 inches.
they're like long and they go.
Yeah,
"Ugh." I'll post a picture. But anyway,
they're huge.
It's one of the most damaging snails in the world.
Really?
And this is the third time
Well,
Florida has had a problem with them.
come on, Florida man.
As of late June, they had captured 1,434 dead and alive snails on 30 properties in Pasco County, Florida, wherever that is. Oh, it's about 40 minutes. I could have just read the next clause
Probably
of my
so.
sentence.
Yeah, we should both do that.
40 minutes northwest of Tampa.
Okay.
Do you want to know the Latin name of this animal?
Who doesn't, Carrie?
I can't say it.
Try it. Sound it out. Latin, you just go ahead and pronounce it like it looks.
Achatina lysichatina fulica.
Okay.
It has a voracious appetite.
Is that also a salsa singer, I believe?
It eats over 500 types of plants, and it will also eat plaster and stucco.
Ooh, that's not good for your
which
house.
is an issue
Yeah.
for structures.
Oof.
They can produce 1,200 eggs in a year.
Do snails like mate like snail style, like contact, or is it more like fish and they just kind of do the?
We need Jack
thing
for
and
that.
spread?
I
don't
think.
know. I have no idea.
Are they the ones that shoot things out
Ooh.
at each other?
Oh, that sounds violent.
I don't know. I'm sure it's disgusting.
Anybody out there who knows a lot about snail sex, first tell us, and then 2, please, you're gross and stop learning about snail sex.
The Florida Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried said, if you see one of these snails, do not touch it.
Really?
Most importantly, do not eat them.
No.
Don't worry, Nikki.
That shouldn't have to be said. But why can't you touch them? Do they have some kind of poison on them?
They can carry rat lungworm, which causes meningitis in humans.
Ooh.
Yeah, not good. She also said this is not a snail to be put on butter and oil and garlic.
Yeah. The other snails are not to be put on butter and oil and garlic. All of them. No. Stop it, France.
So, the first time, like I said, this is the third time Florida has had an issue with them. The first time was in the 1960s. It took them 7 years to get rid of them at the cost of about $1 million in 1960s
Today's
money.
$4.7 billion.
Well, then they came back in 2010, and it took about 10 years to get rid of them at the cost of $23 million.
Wow, today's 3.5 million Canadian loonies.
They're not really sure how they got to Florida this time. They are illegal to have or import into the U.S. without a permit. Why would anybody ever be allowed to have a permit to have these
I don't know.
disgusting
Sounds
things?
bad. Give you some kind of rat disease, a meningitis, and they don't taste delicious.
Yeah. This outbreak or whatever you want to call it, infestation, they're a little bit different. Their bodies are like cream-colored bodies with a dark mottled brown shell. The last 2 times, they had dark gray and brown bodies. They don't know why.
No.
They said that this cream-colored phenotype is very common in the pet trade in Europe.
That seems awful.
Have been intercepted in Florida previously with the illegal pet trade. Who wants a giant pet snail?
Carrie, you can put a leash on them. You can walk them. You slowly.
No, you can't.
Sure, you can. Why not? If you're patient.
Don't get it.
They're
anyway,
very popular with retirees. Florida has a lot of retirees because they walk at their pace, so they often are very.
Well, the properties where the snails have been found are going to be treated with the slug and snail killer metaldehyde.
I feel like you made up that word.
No. Over the next 18 months. And then once the last dead snail is found, they're going to keep monitoring for 2 years.
Here's the smart thing to do environmentally.
Gross.
Find the snail's natural predator and let's introduce those to Florida and boom, take care of it. That never doesn't work well.
What's a natural predator? A gigantic bird?
Maybe. A cassowary. Bring a cassowary in from Australia. Doesn't make sense because they're from a snail, but still, those are scary ass birds.
That's like snowballing. It's just going to cause more problems.
I was kind of joking.
I know, but you know. Anyway, they're using specially trained dogs to sniff out the gross ass snails.
Just to find them, and then they put metaldehyde, made up word, on them that kills them.
Yes.
Okay. Got
the
it.
end.
Let's hope. Well, is it Gary? Question mark. Question. Okay. That sounds like a horror movie. That could be a good. Oh my God. Yeah. How has it not been a giant 25-foot snail horror movie yet? Hollywood, get on it. Writes itself. God damn it. We can call it Slither. Wait, that's been done. I bring you something that also has a dark side to it. Actually, this is even much darker than one of your past stories. This is about a man named Larry Doyle Sanders. He's 53. This happened just very recently. Larry, was out noodling with his friend Jimmy Glenn Knighton. Do you know what noodling is?
Well, I've heard of it before, but you're going to have to define it.
Noodling is catching catfish with your hands. You basically go in kind of shallow on the riverbank where there's catfish. Catfish live mostly in shallow water, sometimes in like overhangs on a riverbank. And you put your hands down there, and they're in crevices and such, and you let them bite you and start to swallow your hands thinking they're food. And then you wrestle them up above the water and you rip them off your hand that the catfish is on, and you've got yourself a delicious catfish now.
Does it hurt? Do they have teeth?
They do have little teeth. It can hurt a little bit, but nothing. You're not going to get seriously injured by it, not by the teeth. Catfish are predators, but...
So is it called noodling because they think your hand is like a noodle?
Why not?
Your arm is like a noodle?
Let's say yes.
Otherwise, it makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? I don't know. I didn't look up the origin of the word noodling. No.
Much worse.
So Jimmy and Larry are out a-noodling. They're both 53. They're doing this along the South Canadian River, which is conveniently in Oklahoma, not close to Canada at all.
Maybe it originates in Canada.
I bet you a lot of money it does not. It is in Pontotoc County in Oklahoma. Not Honda, but sure. Pontotoc. Let's go with Pontotoc. Okay. I have no idea. I should have YouTubed it. It is actually, I shouldn't have because YouTube is vile. And Larry says that while they were on the river, they got into an altercation. They then had a fight for about an hour. So they're fighting for about an hour because Larry claimed that while at the river, this is a quote, he discovered Jimmy intended to feed him to a Bigfoot.
Oh.
Jimmy, in fact, had lured his friend Henry out there under the guise of noodling to turn him over to a man-eating Sasquatch.
Huh.
This is what Larry...
Did Jimmy, who?
Larry is the person who thought that his friend Jimmy
okay.
lured him out there to feed him to a Sasquatch, and he was not happy about this. Here's a quote from the report. Larry claimed that while at the river, he discovered Jimmy intended to feed him to Sasquatch/Bigfoot.
Did he say how? Jimmy just decided to tell him of his evil plan?
Larry has ways of knowing these things, okay?
He read his mind, maybe.
Probably. Larry indicated Jimmy attempted to get away from him so that the Sasquatch could eat Larry. Larry would not let Jimmy get away. So Jimmy just wants this, he's like, oh my God, you took me out here to feed me to a Sasquatch. In Oklahoma, they would not be speaking like that, but that's not going to stop me. And Jimmy's like, what the fuck? And Jimmy tries to leave.
Yeah.
Larry doesn't let him. They get into an altercation that, again, lasted an hour. Can you imagine wrestling, fighting, grappling with somebody for an hour? That's nuts. Larry punched Jimmy and struck Jimmy with a stick. Larry and Jimmy fought for an extended amount of time, which in other sources said an hour, on the ground. So it sounds a little homoerotic at some point, but still, for an hour, they're wrestling and fighting, right?
Yeah, 250-something-year-old.
253-year-old men, yeah. There's nothing good about this. Larry confirmed that he killed Jimmy by choking him to death near the river. So at some point in this hour-long grappling and wrestling contest, it turned much more serious. So Jimmy is fighting for his life. He must have realized it. So it goes on an hour. Yeah. And he strangled him right there by the South Canadian River and killed him.
Were there any sort of blood tests involved? Because I'm guessing there were some sort of substances.
There was. Larry has a history.
Illness. Okay.
Yeah. He quote from the sheriff in the area. He appeared to be under the influence of something. So Larry has outstanding warrants from 2 drug-related cases, and in 2019, he was placed on probation for 5 years for bringing meth into the jail after being arrested for public intoxication. So he's got a lot wrong.
Yeah.
So he was probably on meth, and it got into his head that his buddy Jimmy had him out there to feed him to a Sasquatch, and bad things happened.
Plot twist?
Yeah.
It was true. Jimmy really was.
Oh my God. The Sasquatch is in the bushes waiting for Jimmy to win. And when Larry's like, oh, God damn it. He looked delicious. Sorry, we shouldn't make light of that. I'm sure Jimmy has a family, I assume. And I feel bad. That's a terrible story. But it is weird. I don't really
believe my plot twist. But
no, that's good.
When did this happen?
This happened like a month, not even a month ago.
Oh, wow.
Or in early July, or earlier this month.
Wow. Okay, well, since that was murder and mayhem.
Yes, it was.
My next story is going to include none of the above.
Well, thank you.
It's just a little funny, quirky story about a man who's lived on cruise ships for more than 20 years, and thus he can no longer walk straight on land.
See, some people might think, oh, that sounds fun. That sounds awful.
Oh, well.
Cruise ships?
Yes. I've never been on a cruise ship, but this has been a popular little thing on social media. I haven't seen it lately, but it made the rounds pre-COVID, how instead of, planning your retirement to end up in a nursing home to pay $3,000 or $4,000 a month to a shitty nursing home that feeds you bad food, save that money instead and just go live on a cruise ship.
Yeah, it'd be a lot
cheaper than that.
That's a thing.
You book a room. What are they going to do? Say no? You can't book continuous cruises.
Can you?
Of course you can.
Aren't they in dock for a while and no one's on with no guest on it?
You get off. I don't know, but you get off that boat and get on another one.
Wow, that takes a lot of planning.
Yes,
you'd have to have a spreadsheet.
Let me tell you about Mario.
Okay. Mario
Salcedo, who
not from Nintendo,
as you might have guessed, is known in the cruise community as Super Mario.
Obviously,
he has been moving between Royal Caribbean ships for more than 20 years, as I said.
Damn.
And he says he thinks he's the happiest guy in the world. He used to work in finance for a multinational corporation. But when he was 47, he decided, I'm done.
Really?
With that life.
Nice.
And I'm going to go live on a boat. So he has...
Do you say it like that? I'm going to go live on a boat. It's like
maybe. I don't know where he's from.
Okay.
But he says he has spent more than 9,000 nights on cruise ships, and he said it never gets old.
Yeah, it does. How could it not?
But his rare returns to land can get tricky because he has lost his land legs.
See, that's weird. I've heard about, people on whaling ships for 2 or 3 years at a time, kind of walking weird.
It doesn't make sense to me because aren't cruise ships like floating hotels? I mean, they're not a whole lot of swaying going on.
Again, we've never been on. I've been on a cruise ship one time, but it was to
say goodbye.
Say goodbye to friends. And you okay, bring it off.
Yeah,
and so
I was there as well.
So. It was on the ocean, but right there on a port. Yeah. I thought they were like so giant that you didn't even feel the rolling or whatever.
What's the big cruise ship in Long Beach permanently? The Queen
Mary.
Oh, the Queen Mary. I was thinking.
I've been on that too. Now that I think about it, okay,
I've been on that one, but that's just floating on the dock.
It's barely
it's not
floating.
Yeah. So, but that's what he's saying. He says when he's on land, he's swaying so much that he can't walk in a straight line.
Really? So he said, "I'm not drunk." He wears a permanent sign. I am not intoxicated.
Yeah, but he still works a little bit. Featured in some little documentary news program a few years ago, but and you see him working there with his laptop, managing investment portfolios for private clients.
Okay.
He budgets $60,000 to $70,000 a year, and he books his cruises 2 years in advance.
Yeah.
He just books basic cabins, and think about it. You get room service, you get your meals.
Is it typically are cruises all? I guess it depends on your package, whatever. But are they you get all the food?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Somebody cleans your room, somebody does your laundry,
I know,
somebody
but it's the same place. It's that same buffet thing and the same.
Yeah, but he doesn't do the same one. He books different ones.
Is it the same area? Like he's always in the Caribbean area, or is he sometimes in Alaska? Sometimes he's
I don't know.
Pacific.
They're Royal Caribbean, so I don't know. Do they go to other places?
Probably, maybe. No idea.
Yeah, he said he's usually only on land about 15 days a year. And he thinks it's great because, he doesn't have to take out the garbage, doesn't have to clean anything.
Yeah, you know what you do? Hotel and not have to be eating just boat food.
I think it would be way more expensive.
Probably. Depends on the hotel. Motel 6. Motel 6 in like Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's got to be cheap.
But then there's a food thing, right? Motel 6s don't have food.
Damn it. Okay. Dorm.
I think
dorm.
Mario's got it, Dean.
He could be a lifetime student. Get the meal package at a dorm. That's a win-win. If you're listening, Mario, you're welcome.
Man who has put some kids through college, you don't recall how much.
That would be also quite expensive, but cruises are not super cheap either. Come on. Royal Caribbean can't be.
$60,000 to $70,000 a year.
Huh. Okay, well, you could do that at a dorm. The dorm would be much less than that. Yeah, no, Larry, go to the cheapest college you can find. And just get in the dorm and maybe to mix it up. Maybe every quarter,
okay,
switches off.
Is there a luxurious pool? Is there cocktail hours?
Maybe. Carrie, it's a dorm. It's always cocktail hour.
I know, but it's not quite on the same level as a cruise ship, Dean.
I suppose.
Do they ever dock at a nice beach location?
Well, it could be a beach university. It doesn't have to be in the United States. It could be,
Okay.
University
de
Guadalajara.
To redo Larry's life.
I'm just trying to help Larry.
What? His name is not Larry. It's Mario.
Mario. Annoyed Larry. Wow, that was a Freudian slip.
Mario's very happy until, guess what?
What?
What do you think happened in the world 2.5 years ago?
Oh my God. Yeah, see, that's another reason.
COVID hit and all the cruises stopped.
Poor Mario. Or lucky Mario.
No, he hated it. He was forced to live on land and his world fell apart.
And the colleges were mostly closed too. Poor Mario.
Yeah. So
Plan B.
He had to live on land for 15 months. He was miserable.
Did he relearn how to walk?
He must have. So July 2nd of 2022 was his first step back on a cruise ship.
I'm surprised he waited that long.
The perfect name for his voyage back, Freedom of the Seas.
That sounds kind of icky. That's a little... Well...
Yep. So... That's the life of Super Mario, and he's very happy.
Well, good for him.
As long as he's on the ocean and not having to walk.
He could join a Norwegian or Japanese whaling boat and be evil while on the sea. But I don't know. I guess
No, because he doesn't want to have to work.
He's got a better option. You're right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now my last quickie is a story from good old NBC News about a chess-playing robot that fractured the finger of its 7-year-old opponent during a tournament in Moscow.
They have chess-playing robots?
Yeah. I think
Leave it to Russia. I thought it was like, computer, obviously, but robots. So they actually move.
This is an actual robot.
Queen till Rook. I don't know. I couldn't finish that sentence.
I don't know that it talks about what it's doing.
I feel like it should. It should talk in a robot voice.
Well,
checkmate, asshole.
Apparently,
I own you.
This happened after the boy hurried the AI-powered robot, and the president of the Moscow Chess Federation, which sounds very
pretty serious,
spacey.
Sounds what now? Sounds spacey.
Yeah, Star Trek-y Federation.
The Moscow Chess Federation sounds spacey to you. This ancient game. Okay.
Federation sounds...
Does it? Federation.
Like Star Trek.
We're stumbling on Federation.
Yeah.
I know. Okay.
What other organization uses Federation?
The word Federation predates Star Trek. Just
not in my life.
Okay. All right. This is totally fair, Carrie. A little scared, but fair.
Okay. So the president of the Moscow Chess Federation told the Russian state news agency, quote, "The robot broke the child's finger. This, of course, is bad." That's Sergei Lazarev. And apparently there's video of this incident, which, dang it, I forgot to look it up.
Oh, we got to put that on something somehow.
Yeah.
Does the kid scream? Does he cry? Does he run away? Does he call for his mom?
I imagine he cries, but
wow.
This was the Moscow Chess Open competition, and the video went viral on social media.
You think?
Yeah. It shows the robot machine reaching for and grabbing one of the boy's chess pieces and quickly discarding it from the board. I guess I don't know chess very well, but he probably...
Well, if you capture the piece, you just put it to the side. This robot's he's like flicking it. It's like a bat flipping baseball. He's very arrogant.
Well,
he's got style. He's got flair.
So before the robot's arm retracted, I guess the boy attempted to make another move, pushing one of his rooks into the same place as the piece that the robot took away. So I guess, I don't know, this freaked the robot out.
No, the robot's going, "You can't do that." I don't think so, bitch. And he grabs his finger and snaps it. That robot
why
was
not?
in
Why
the
couldn't
right.
he do that? It was his turn.
Oh, but I don't know.
Apparently he just did it too quickly. And in the video it says you can see the robot's mechanical claws descending back toward the board, grabbing the boy's index finger instead of a chess piece.
Nice. Oh, that's probably right. It had something to do with the timing of it.
I think it was the timing. Okay. Yes. He hurried kid hurried too fast. But then the video shows the robot holding the little boy's finger for at least 15 seconds before two bystanders were able to pry open the claws.
He's lucky he still has a finger.
Yeah. So apparently...
You know what I wouldn't play chess with? A parrot. They could bite your finger right off. I would not... I wouldn't play... Or a shark. I would not play chess with a parrot or a shark.
That's probably not the best of ideas. Well, so good old Sergei Lazarev said that the child made a move, and after that, it is necessary to give time for the robot's response.
Okay.
But the boy hurried. The robot grabbed him.
Someone's victim blaming.
He's 7.
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
You little punk.
Control your robot, Sergey. Yeah. So the little boy was able to come back the next day, and he continued playing the tournament with his finger in a cast.
Against the robot?
I don't know.
I would say, can someone just move for the robot? The robot can tell you what to do, but...
Well, his name is Christopher.
The kid?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
Doesn't sound very Russian.
No.
But he's one of the top 30 chess players in Moscow under the age of 9.
The fact that they have those rankings tells you they take this game
terrible.
very seriously.
It's awful. Could you imagine a 7-year-old doing that?
Yeah.
Well, the boy's parents were keen on contacting the prosecutor's office, whatever that means. They're gonna prosecute that robot?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're gonna sort
very
it
skeptical.
out however they can. The robot operators are gonna have to think about strengthening protection so that situation does not happen again.
I would think so, yes.
Do you know who Garry Kasparov is?
Sure. Famous Russian chess player.
Yep.
Pro-democracy
Soviet
advocate.
Era world chess champion who was defeated in a 1997 match against Deep Blue.
Oh, yeah.
A
The
chess
IBM.
playing supercomputer. Yep. Developed by IBM scientists. He said, "I tried to warn you,"
Really?
in a tweet. Yeah.
Next, the whole scenario of Terminator will happen. This is the first step.
The robots are taking over.
Damn right they are. They will take over eventually. I'm not even 100% kidding when you realize once computers and robots can think for themselves and replicate themselves, we are superfluous.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that ever happens. I mean, I know they're developing AI and all that kind of stuff, but
a lot of times people use AI and it's not AI. It's just machine reading nonsense. Companies are using the word AI to make it sound way more sophisticated than it really is. Yeah. But there is real AI. We're nowhere near being able to think like a human, but once you get there, it's over for us.
I don't know how we can get there.
I do.
No, you don't.
Have you seen Terminator, Carrie?
No.
Yes, the events depicted in Terminator and the timing of those has already passed. That's not the point. They should. Here's the thing: movies that take place in the future either have it be an alternate reality or don't say what year it is.
You know what
I've seen?
I've seen War Games.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick. Okay, thanks for that aside.
And Helen Hunt, and that's what happened.
Oh, gotcha.
You don't recall the movie?
Vaguely.
Okay.
There was a nuclear war almost, something like that. And Matthew Broderick was a chess player. Not a chess player, a computer nerd.
Yeah.
Okay. He probably played chess too.
He thought he was playing a video game online in the early days of online video games. And he was literally playing with the nuclear computer. Yeah. Yeah. And almost started a nuclear war.
We should do a movie review.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. I forgot Helen Hunt was in it too. Yeah.
In the 80s.
Last story here for us is a story that comes to us from Japan.
Oh.
This has been happening for a while, but it's recently come to a head in the city of... Twice I've done this. I really should probably look this up beforehand. Oh my God, what the hell is the name of the city? It's a city in southwestern Japanese. Honestly, the story says people in a southwestern Japanese city. They don't name it. I've seen it elsewhere in others, but it's southwestern Japan. For the last, for a while now, bad things have been happening in this city in Japan because of
Godzilla.
Close. Monkeys.
How are monkeys close to Godzilla?
They're just as scary because these monkeys are held in high esteem. Yeah, the snow monkeys is a type of macaque, which is like sort of a cousin of baboons, but I think maybe I could be wrong, but much smaller. They aren't that big.
Yeah.
But what they've done is formed a kind of monkey gang, and they don't like people.
Really?
Because for months now, these monkeys have been attacking completely unprovoked attacks on at least 58 people since earlier this month of July. So I said months. I should have said weeks. A couple of weeks or so, they have had this rash of attacks. They've done things. They tried to snatch babies.
Oh, my God.
They've bitten people. They've clawed people. And they've even snuck into nursery schools.
Wait, so
which sounds really scary.
I mean, I'm assuming these are in semi-rural areas.
No, this is city.
Cities.
They,
really?
I mean, I'm sure it's near a forested area, but it's still it's a decent size town. Oh, it's called Yamaguchi. So they actually recently in the city, they recently formed a special unit to hunt these monkeys and tranquilize them.
And relocate them?
And
hopefully?
I guess put them somewhere a little further from the city where they can't sneak into nursery schools. And I don't like the idea of where that leads to.
Not kill them like our city kills beavers.
Oh, wow. Wow. Way to bring us down there, Carrie. The monkeys aren't interested. They're not going after food. So when they put like food traps, they're not working because that's not what they're looking for. I guess they have plenty of food.
Oh.
And their targets are almost universally very, very old people are children. So they're smart enough to go after the most vulnerable humans. Here's a quote. They are so smart and they tend to sneak up and attack from behind, often grabbing at your legs, said a city official named Masato Saito. It's gotten so bad they've had to publicly make people aware of this who aren't aware of this. I imagine if your city's being overrun and attacked by monkeys, you know about it. But they've kind of did a public, information campaign. So they've told people, here's what you need to do. If a monkey looks like it's coming after you. So if you're confronted by a gang of monkeys and they're looking aggressive, do not look them in the eye. Make yourself look as big as possible. But if you're a 7-year-old kid with a broken finger from a chess robot, that's a problem. And
visiting from Moscow.
Yes. And so like if you have a coat on, spread your coat real wide, hunch up, I imagine, and then just slowly back away because that monkey's going to kick your ass.
How big are they?
Not very big at all. The monkey, they just caught a monkey who they think is kind of like a male and was kind of like the gang leader, they thought. Seriously. And he was 49 centimeters. That's about 1.5 feet.
Oh, they're little.
That's all. They're not big. He only weighed about 7 kilograms. It's about 15 pounds. These are not big. They're not chimps that can rip you up, eat your face, and do terrible, terrible things to your genitalia.
Are not monkeys, so.
They're apes, I know. But still, they're baboons. Think of baboons are monkeys, and those things can kill you. These are not that. They haven't caused serious injury to they have sharp teeth, but they haven't, as of yet at least, they haven't caused real serious injuries yet.
Maybe they're just working their way up.
Probably. This is a whole zoo phenomenon, that weird show. So they shot this monkey, this big old 15-pounder with a tranquilizer gun, and they said I guess, I don't know if someone recognized it, did a perp walk, did maybe a lineup possibly, and they said this is one of the monkeys that has attacked people, so they killed it.
Yeah.
But the next day, more monkey attacks.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you made them mad. You took away their leader.
It's like that Law and Order SUV is like, we got the guy. And then the next day, another murder. And it's not him. So it's the whole gang of monkeys. There are apparently quite a few of them. And they're all just hating on Peep.
Wow.
It's sad. It's a scary story.
I'm on the animal side, but I don't know about this one.
You know what? This is a tougher one, isn't it?
Yeah, because it doesn't sound like people are encroaching on their territory and they just start coming for food and stuff. They're just aggressive and mad. Yeah, we are pro animal attacks on humans, but in this case, we're waffling here, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either. I still am on the monkey side. I don't know. If I had to tell you, do I want the monkeys to win this war of the people? I might say monkeys.
You want them to hurt all the small children?
I guess not. Okay, I'm going to waffle again and say no. Someone needs to talk some sense. Let's just try to work this out peacefully. Have a discussion. Have a dialogue. Figure it out.
Figure out what they want.
Yeah, and then give it to them, and we look big.
Maybe they need to abandon that town. Maybe that's what.
There we go, Carrie. Abandon a city of presumably many thousands of people, and because the monkeys are.
You don't know that. You don't know how many people.
It could be a monkey city.
Yeah.
The whole city can be just monkeys. You know what? They should have at least one city. That's fair. I like your solution.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, that's it for us. That's it for the weird news, weird quick hits, weird bits. I don't know what we're calling this still.
Weird shorties.
That sounds weird. So tell us if you like it. We can do this more often. Again, we run across these stories. We can sort of compile them and distill them again as a service, so you don't have to. That's what we do here. So, anything else to add, Karen?
Nah, nothing.
Okay.
Not a thing.
All right. Thanks for listening. Until next time.
We are Weird World.
There you go. Okay. Bye.
Thanks.